is supposed to be final. But in the Mortuary Assistant, the dead don't stay quiet, and the longer you work at River Fields Mortuary, the more you realize the corpses aren't the only things trapped here. But what if the real horror isn't the bodies on the table, but the ones you carry within yourself? The Mortuary Assistant is a story of possession, addiction, and a young woman haunted by demons, both literal and personal. Today we're going to break down the entire story, uncovering the hidden lore scattered throughout its pages, and go through every ending, revealing that this tale is much darker than you ever imagined. Our main character is Rebecca Owens, a recent graduate in mortuary science. She's smart, dedicated, and passionate about her work, but her life hasn't been easy. Rebecca grew up in a broken home. Her mother was an addict, and Rebecca herself struggled with the same cycle. Addiction, trauma, and guilt shadowed every step of her life. By the time the game begins, she's trying to rebuild her life by getting clean, finishing her program, and starting fresh with a new apprenticeship at the River Fields Mortuary. The story begins in Connecticut in 1998 and opens with Rebecca conversing with her grandmother in a diner over coffee. Rebecca tells her that an old teacher, Mr. Delver, has transferred her to work with him in Riverfields, to which her grandmother is immediately skeptical, warning her that it's dangerous and paranormal things happen out there all the time. Rebecca, however, ignores the warning and tells her grandmother that none of those things are actually real. Regardless of Rebecca's protest, her grandmother hands her a necklace with a cross on it, which once belonged to her now deceased mother, and insists she wears it, to which Rebecca eventually complies, before heading into her last shift as an intern, before she will hopefully get the job. Rebecca's mentor is Raymond Delver, a mortician who runs his family business. Outwardly, he seems professional, calm, even kind, but there's something off about him, a heaviness behind his words, like he's hiding a secret. Rebecca begins work like normal, wheeling bodies in and out of the freezers, draining blood, and checking for any identifiable marks on the body, when she's startled by a window suddenly slamming shut. Raymond's response to that?
These old windows never stay latched.
Shrugging it off, she gets back to work, embalming the body before it happens again. But this time, it's not a window. It's a voice.
You'll die here.
What was that?
I didn't
Strange
say
things
anything.
keep happening during her shift.
You
A
all right?
bottle of chemicals explodes, shooting across the room. Raymond has yet another excuse.
Sometimes we get chemicals that haven't been stored properly, and it can make them pop like that. Just
Setting back to work yet again, she begins cleaning the body in front of her before staring horrified as the body begins to twitch and stare at her, its face turning red and burnt and cloudy eyes staring
Tell
into
you
her
what.
soul.
What?
She stumbles back, and
Why don't
Raymond
you go
decides to
ahead
send
and head
Rebecca
out?
home.
I'll
Thinking
take
she
over
blew
from
her
here.
entire internship, Rebecca decides to call her friend, panicking
you
on
sure?
how she's
I just
ruined
got here.
everything.
It was just really weird.
So some stuff fell over. That's not a big deal.
No, I know. It wasn't even my fault, but he sent me home right after that. I'm just really worried. It just didn't feel like he meant it. Like he just said it to get me out of the building. Wait a sec, I have another call. Hello?
Hey, Rebecca. It's Raymond.
Oh, hi, Mr. Delver. Look, if I did anything wrong today, just...
No. I wanted to apologize. You've done a fantastic job. Just not feeling too well. That's actually why I'm calling. I know it's late, but we just got 3 new cadavers, and no one else can make it in right now.
However,
So, head back
surprised,
and get
she
started.
hurriedly accepts the job. It should be a simple embalming session, her first real night working. She's a real mortician now. Rebecca hurriedly runs to set up before noticing a figure standing in the door. It's Raymond, and he's calling her from outside.
Mr. Delver, I need help. Someone's outside the mortuary.
Just try to stay calm. I know you're scared. I'll unlock the door in a moment.
What?
This is very sudden, but listen to me. We have to start right away. I'm sorry. I didn't know until it made itself known this morning that it was here, let alone bound to you. I had no way of knowing the possession had started.
What? Look, this isn't funny. Stop.
You need to take this seriously. You need to act quickly.
This is insane. I'll just leave. I'll just leave.
You can't leave, Rebecca. I can't allow that for you or for others. It's far too dangerous.
What am I supposed to do then?
Most bodies I work with at night are fine, so we stay calm. File the paperwork, everything. Treat it like a normal day. Staying focused will help. I left some things for you on the desk. I'll call again when you get to the embalming room.
No, wait.
He's locked her inside and says it needs to be this way, that she needs to find what's possessing her, or else she will lose herself forever. Rebecca calls him crazy and assumes he's doing some twisted hazing on her, telling Raymond that she quits. Raymond, however, explains the truth. River Fields Mortuary is not just a business, it's a battleground against demons. One of the 3 bodies is possessed. Rebecca's job isn't just to embalm them, it's to identify which one hides the demon and to destroy it before it takes complete control of her. Raymond reveals the horrifying truth. He's been at this for years. The mortuary is essentially a front for demonology and banishment rituals. The embalming process is really a cover, a way to handle possessed bodies while marking them, containing them, and eventually burning them to banish the spirits inside. To succeed, Rebecca must identify which body is the vessel, watch for movement and supernatural activity, track sigils that appear during possessions, then piece them together to discover the demon's true name. Inscribe that name on a special mark called the Mark of the Covenant. Once the correct body is chosen, it must be cremated. If she's wrong, the demon will consume her completely. Raymond admits he's had many assistants before, and not all of them have survived. Raymond tells her he will not call again, and not to answer the phone, as it will most likely be a demon playing tricks on her. As Rebecca works, she's pulled into hallucinations that blur the line between memory and possession. From the moment the bodies arrive, it becomes clear this is no ordinary mortuary. Rebecca is left alone in the building, tasked with embalming 3 bodies, forced to figure out which spirit is slowly possessing her, lest she loses herself to them forever. She follows procedure, inspecting the body for marks, setting the jaw and eyes, mixing embalming fluids, and draining the blood. But soon, things aren't right. The corpses twitch, their mouths open, their eyes follow her around the room. Strange markings burn across their skin, and most disturbing of all, Rebecca hears voices. Terrified, she attempts to flee the mortuary, but the demon has a firm hold on her and tells her to stay. Rebecca manages to wrench free and burst through the front door. Climbing in her car, she hardly attempts to start the engine, which unfortunately Raymond has tampered with. She glances up, seeing a shadowy figure, which speaks to her again, whispering to her and convincing her to go back inside. Throughout her shift, they continue to speak to her. Sometimes they whisper her name, sometimes they speak with her mother's voice, sometimes they sound like something else entirely. Demons chase her, screaming and cursing, demanding justice, and slowly she begins losing her mind, working frantically to figure out the name of the one trying to take control of her. She swears after tonight she's going to quit. Her grandmother was right, she should have never come here. And then the phone rings. But it's not Raymond. She finds herself standing outside a childhood home, reliving the night of her mother's death. She sees herself in the bathroom, overdosing on pills. She walks down hospital corridors, hearing voices of doctors calling her a lost cause. She relives through her depression and guilt, slowly revealing more to the player, a troubled teen with a severe drug problem and a mental health decline, which even causes her, for lack of a better word, to attempt to end it. In her father's rush to save his daughter, he trips on the slippery ground, stumbling, falling off the cliff into the river, where he unfortunately passes away when she was only 14. These aren't just random scares. They're scarier because they're real. They're reflections of Rebecca's real past. Her mother died from an overdose. Rebecca was never able to save her. The guilt has lingered ever since. Both parents dead. It's all her fault, and the demons exploit it, preying on any weakness they can use to attack her mind, letting themselves in. Slowly, Rebecca begins to uncover the truth about Raymond, how he may not be as innocent as he seems. She finds notes and audio recordings painting a darker picture of the type of man Raymond really is. And then she finds a body in his basement. The Mortuary Assistant has multiple endings, 6 exactly, each revealing a different layer of the story before joining and twisting together in a sick and disturbing ending.
Good.
The good ending. If Rebecca identifies the possessed body correctly and cremates it, she resists the demon. Raymond congratulates her, cold but proud. He explains that she survived for now, but the demons will never stop hunting her wherever she goes. She's proven herself worthy, but the war is far from over. Rebecca will always be in danger. He tells her there is no going back, how he studied them for years and her only option is to fight, to try and keep them at bay for as long as possible until they inevitably take over. Raymond tells Rebecca he's not a hero, and you either face it or fall to it. He tells Rebecca out of all of his assistants who's faced the demon, she is the only one who's ever survived, and he sees potential in her. So, he gives her a choice. Stay with him and learn to try and face the demons, or spend the rest of her days trying to run from them. He offers her a new job, one where she can study the demons and attempt to overcome her fear, where she can take control. This is considered the good ending, though Rebecca truly never wins. The bad ending. If she fails, the demon takes her completely. It starts out like the good ending, with her waking on the floor and talking to Raymond, but she seems off now. Happy.
I think I'm fine.
Too happy.
Are you sure? You seem out of it.
Oh, I've just been waiting for so long.
What? What are you... Oh no, you chose the wrong demon. Rebecca!
Rebecca's not here, you...
I will consume worthless. Watch your flesh away and drink it as nuts from your pitiful frame. Worthless.
The now fully possessed Rebecca laughs, eager to get revenge on Raymond for escaping their grasps for so long. She contorts his body, twisting him into something inhumane. Rebecca is gone. Just another assistant. Consumed. The Shift 2 ending. This ending is achieved when you play through the game correctly a second time, therefore choosing to keep working with Raymond. Rebecca wakes on the floor again, groaning in pain and asking Raymond if this will ever end. To which Raymond says he's been looking for years and never found a cure or a way to stop it. So no, he tells Rebecca, it will never end. You will be stuck like this forever. It's the life you were given, and it will make you stronger.
I don't think it does.
The basement ending. By finding the key to the locked basement, Rebecca uncovers tapes, notes, and photographs, revealing Raymond's long war against demons. He's been experimenting with sigils, rituals, and exorcisms for decades. She finds a living body in his basement. The mortuary is more than a workplace, it's a prison and research lab for demons. When she wakes on the floor again, she lashes out at Raymond, calling him a monster, a villain, where he then says it was a necessary evil, and he's hoping Rebecca will continue working with him.
She's down there, right now, just suffering for no reason.
Valerie is not down there. Not anymore.
You don't know what she's feeling. You are torturing her.
She's helping me survive. She's helping us survive. Without her, there's no reagent. Without the reagent, we have nothing. You want to have a chance at life, it comes with a cost. This cost. You have to make a choice, just like I did.
What choice? Keep her alive to just bleed her over and over again to save ourselves? If she can't be saved, end the torture. She's down there suffering for your own gain.
My gain? My gain. You used her too. It didn't stop you from finishing the job. I searched for years to find a way to reverse it. All I found was the way to prevent more. Isn't that better than nothing? I've killed them all, Rebecca. It was the only thing I could do. So yes, I am a monster. But this one horrible thing has prevented me from having to take any more life.
The family ending. This ending digs deeper into Rebecca's past. We see her addiction spiral, her moments of relapse, and the crushing weight of her mother's death. It suggests that the demons use her trauma as a doorway, feeding off her pain and her guilt. Her father talks to her, telling her it wasn't her fault. She shouldn't hate herself for it. They should have been better parents. Let the dead rest. In my opinion, this is one of the best endings Rebecca gets. Forgiveness, love, closure, and a new purpose.
You're safe.
Oh my God, Dad.
Hey, sweetie, it's all right.
I ruined everything.
No. My little girl, don't do this to yourself. You've suffered enough.
If I hadn't been like Mom.
You're not like her, Rebecca. Your mother, she gave up on life long before she died. What happened to me was the result of choices you should have never been exposed to. You changed your life. And I'm so proud of you.
You changed too.
Not before I hurt you. Sweetie, you can't do this to yourself. Don't remember me like this, but you can help them. You can bring comfort and closure to the living, and let the dead rest. Let the dead rest, Rebecca. I love you.
Dad, I love you.
The secret ending. The rarest ending and hardest to acquire. Rebecca, naive, and not listening to Raymond's warnings, lets Valerie out of the coffin, who then laughs in her face, attacking her, saying it's not her fault. Raymond steps in, stopping Valerie before she can harm either one of them, and sends Rebecca home, who protests angrily and yells at him to tell her the truth before slamming the door shut. Raymond then opens a secret passageway, revealing something dark and sinister behind it. This ending reveals that Rebecca isn't the first assistant, and won't be the last. Raymond has gone through many apprentices, all either consumed or forced to leave. His mother, who became possessed, now chained in his basement, taunts him. Rebecca has joined a cycle of endless war.
One less barrier between you and the inevitable, my love.
She didn't know. It's not her fault.
So many women in your wake. Oh, Raymond. All alone.
See you around.
She's still here. You'll always have Mommy to help with the suffering.
Yeah, you've said that before too.
Believe me or not, I enjoy her torture. It's my only pleasure in this place. It must be so heartbreaking, having to watch her son carve away piece after piece. No way out, always screaming and begging for mercy. Every second you keep me here is another eternity of her suffering.
Good.
There are also 2 game over endings that are achieved when you are too late in identifying and burning a body. The first one is where Mr. Delver locks Rebecca in the same coffin Valerie was once locked in, looking grim and strangely sad, potentially using her the same way he does with the others. And the second, strangely similar, but instead of waking in the coffin, Rebecca wakes chained to the wall, where she begs for mercy before laughing as he slams the coffin shut. In this one, however, Raymond doesn't look as grim, as if he knows Rebecca is already gone.
No, why are you doing this? Help me, please! Please, Raymond! Raymond! Seriously? Raymond? Why are you hiding? Don't be scared. Let me out.
So what does it all mean? Who is Raymond Delver, and what did he want? Was this all his fault? Or was this truly all an accident? And why did the demons choose Rebecca specifically to possess? For these answers, we need to take a step back to what Raymond saw in the 1960s. On an old cassette, Raymond speaks, his breathing heavy, his voice shaken. He believes he's being possessed. He warns, "If you see me, kill me." He explains the key is the blood of the possessed and how it reacts to a demon's name. Inject it into a corpse, bind it with sigils, and burn the body. Only then can a demon be banished. But his words carry something darker. He admits there's a woman locked in his basement, a failed attempt he can't bring himself to destroy. In his earliest writings, Raymond is broken, abandoned by religion, betrayed by supposed exorcists. He decides no faith can defeat demons. Only he can. He experiments with symbols and finds a hierarchy, 3 houses of demons under one greater force. He learns that the blood and ash can bind them, and wood carved into their sigils can banish them when burned alongside the vessel. By 1977, he succeeds. The ritual works, but it terrifies him. In the 1980s, possession returns, this time to his friend and apprentice, David, James, Andrea, and Angela. Each encounter leaves Raymond more isolated and more guilty. He records everything, desperate to prove the truth, but always too late. He admits Maria, the woman he loved, left him because of his obsession, and maybe he wanted that way because he knew anyone close to him would die. By 1989, he's at his breaking point. He feels cursed, but instead of giving up, he begins researching yet again. In 1990, Raymond's travel to Egypt changed everything. With the help of Akil, he uncovers hidden texts and translations, discovering the 3 demon houses. House of Invidious, born with envy, trickery, and temptation. Their demons manipulate by feeding on personal weaknesses. House of Immolation, born from anger, violence, and fire. These demons burn away sanity, pushing hosts to destruction. And thirdly, the House of Desolation, born from despair and hopelessness. These are the most insidious, draining life and will from their victim until nothing is left. Each house is tied to rituals, symbols, and methods of binding that Raymond has studied and recorded. The mortuary itself is essentially a prison, a place where the possessed can be contained, experimented on, and if possible, exorcised through reagent. He creates a capsule of silver, ash, and calling runes, the prototype for the system Rebecca later uses. Akil praises the work, though he questions Raymond's obsession with it. By now, Raymond is no longer simply studying, he is living with demons. He keeps Valerie, a woman who became possessed by a demon, trapped in his basement, instead of properly banishing her. In his journals and tapes, he admits he couldn't bring himself to finish the ritual on her. Instead, he began experimenting, observing how long possession lasts, how a demon behaves in a living vessel, and how the body reacts to reagents and sigils. Valerie represents Raymond's greatest moral failing. Instead of freeing her by fire, which would have been the kind solution, he keeps her imprisoned, suffering endlessly, studying her, refusing to end her pain. He admits he hates what he's become, but convinces himself it's necessary. Some tapes even have Raymond saying he can hear her down there, proof she's still alive. This shows that Raymond isn't the hero of the story. He's not saving people, he's using them as test subjects. He decides the only way forward is to risk possession himself. If he can survive, he can control it. But his notes reveal the truth. This isn't about saving the world. It's about keeping the cycle going. The reagent is the key. It's created through blood rituals, blood drained from the possessed, and refined into a substance that traps the demon within the corpse. That's why Raymond keeps working with bodies that twitch, whisper, and turn their eyes toward Rebecca. He's not trying to put them to rest. He's chaining them inside their vessels, and in doing so, chaining himself further into the darkness. Rebecca becomes part of this because Raymond needs her. His letters make it clear, possession doesn't discriminate. Demons will target anyone, and if Rebecca doesn't learn his methods, she will be consumed. Though this isn't about her choice. Raymond doesn't ask if she wants to fight demons, he tells her she has to, because in his eyes, she's either an asset or another body to drain for reagent. So then, what about Raymond's mother? In one of the ending scenes, you can see how he and her don't have a healthy relationship, and how he's almost content with her suffering, chained to his wall. There are many theories, but some speculate that perhaps his mother is the one who got him into the business in the first place. Perhaps she was the one who experimented first, and Raymond never really did have a choice. Perhaps she was the entire reason he became obsessed in the first place, and he believes that she finally got what she deserves. And that's what makes this lore so chilling. Raymond isn't the hero of the story. He's just a man who long ago stopped asking if what he was doing was the right thing at all. For him, morality doesn't matter, only survival. The Delver line has always been in this fight, but instead of ending it, Raymond perpetuates it, passing the curse on to Rebecca. The embalming, the corpses, the rituals, mirroring Rebecca's own struggle with addiction and death, the demons exploit weakness, they weaponize grief, guilt, and shame. For Rebecca, that means her mother's death and her own history with drugs. The more she doubts herself, the stronger they become. This was a note left by Rebecca on one of her attempts. Reading. I've thought about how I'm going to write this over and over, paper after paper thrown away. Then I realized, it doesn't matter who's going to read it. Some nurse will shake their head and move on. Someday, someone will think of me for the last time, and I'll be gone, like I should be. Moment after moment I've wasted. I lost you because I was selfish. I never listened and it killed you. I ruined everything all on my own. My one real accomplishment. I can't do it anymore. I can't stay here pretending I want to be better. The truth is, I've given up. I gave up the moment I killed you. I don't want to be part of this anymore. I don't want to cause any more pain. I'm sorry, Grandma. I tried. I really did. Please know you were everything to me. You were all I had left, and it meant the world to me. You deserve so much more than to worry about what Rebecca is doing to herself now. Life is better without me. I love you. It'll be alright. Raymond sees Rebecca as useful because she's vulnerable. Her trauma makes her a better candidate for fighting possession, as only those with past traumas are as heavily affected and vulnerable. But this also makes her more at risk of being consumed by it, and makes it easier for Raymond to study her. Raymond was never a savior. Rebecca's will, her safety, or her soul. To him, she's nothing more than another pair of hands, or another vessel for his rituals. Help him, or die and be bound to this twisted work forever. The true horror of the mortuary assistant isn't the corpses sitting up on the table, it's the story behind it. The realization that Rebecca is already haunted, that the demons may just be an extension of her own past, and that maybe, deep down, she's not fighting them. She's fighting herself. The mortuary assistant isn't about death of the body, it's about the death of the soul. It's about how guilt and addiction linger like spirits, and how demons, whether real or imagined, wait for us in the dark. By the end, Rebecca isn't simply embalming corpses, she's confronting her past and being consumed by it. And maybe that's the real horror. Because in this mortuary, the dead aren't the only ones being judged. We are too.